I'm actually still stuck on that list from Freya, because, like, mine's like brushes his teeth, doesn't have a girlfriend, you know, like, and at this point his penis does work, because I actually have run into that. That sucks. And so my list, I'm going to work on that, Freya. Thank you. Learned a lot tonight, actually. So I guess just to tell you my story, who here has actually tried to, like, redate an ex-boyfriend? Yeah. Right? Fucking catastrophe, like the worst thing in the world. 9 years off and on, with a collective, like, maybe 6 weeks altogether in those 9 years. And so I'll go back to the third to last time. So this is like 2013, and his house just burned down. And I didn't burn it. I didn't do it. I swear to God. Electrical fire, that's what the paperwork says. And I didn't do it. So I'm standing by that. I have an alibi. So his house burns down, and we had, like, just broken up, actually, kind of, if you count 2 weeks of the breakup. But so, like, obviously he deserves a blowjob. Like, his house just burned down. So I'm like, all right, I'll come out and we'll get this done. And that's not a blowjob, but so we go out there, and I go out, and and so I start, like, I guess we start dating, because, like, that makes sense, you know. And about, like, a month, this is, like, the longest time we dated, about, like, a month and a half in, like, he's mean, okay? Like, he's not, like, the greatest guy. Like, brushing your teeth, that's on the list for a reason. He's the reason. And finally, you know, I call him, and I'm like, listen, like, I need, like, a date. Like, I need a real date, like, rom-com date. Like, I need a date, you know? And he's like, all right, fine. And I'm like, okay, like, you know, like, you come down here. He lived in Levittown, I live in Westchester. And he's like, I'll come down there. And he calls me that day, and he's like, I can't make it. And I'm like, okay, I'll come there, you know. And please just plan a date. And he's like, okay. So I get dressed up, and, like, I, you know, heels, and, like, curl my hair, and, like, makeup, and I go down there, and I'm, like, ready. Like, I'm giddy, you know. Like, I'm 27, and I don't think I've ever been on a date. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is going to be great. And I get there, and, like, he hasn't even showered. Like, he showers, like, once a month. And he's like, hey, babe, you know, and I'm like, okay, like, you ready? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, God, he didn't plan anything. Oh, my God. And he's like, yeah. Get in the car. And, like, he drives, like, this old dually truck, like, parks it on the lawn because he doesn't care. Like, I pick winners. And he's like, get in my car. And I'm like, can we take my... He's like, get in the car. And I'm like, all right. So we get in the car. And I'm like, all right, maybe he's got something planned. And he's driving in, we're in Levittown, and, like, if you've been in Levittown, like, Levittown sucks, sorry. And, just, like, it's the worst place, like, in Pennsylvania. And he, like, hangs a left, and there, in bright lights, the adult store. This is our date. And I'm like, all right, you know, he's trying. Because, like, he's like, you know, like, there's, like, a lot of kids, like, you know how, like, if a kid draws a picture of you and they draw, like, for me, like, real flat-chested, like, big nose, and, like, you can't yell at them. I can't yell at him. Like, he's kind of stupid. And so I'm like, fine, I'll go in. All right, we'll go in. And I go in, and, like, I think I'm the only female that's ever been in this store. Like, I think I got AIDS walking through the door. And he's like, babe, what do you think of this? And I'm like, I don't know. I look to the right, and there's, like, the boots of the guys, like, jerking off, and I'm like, I can't be in here. And he's like, what are you with these clothes? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, they've been worn before, I swear. I don't want herpes or, like, anything, crickets or something. And so I'm like, you know, I'll just wait in the car. And, like, he comes out, like, a half hour later, and he's got, like, this bag and this giddy look on his face, and he's like, shit, I'm not in anywhere. So he's like, all right, I got a plan. I'm like, okay, great. So we drive, and we pull up to a hotel that you pay by the hour. And we get this sweetheart room. And it's got, like, the big heart shape and the mirrors everywhere, and it's from, like, 1970, and so every form of STD is, like, on the wall. And this great babe, like, all right. And I'm like, he's trying. And so, like, whatever. Finally, we get into it, and he's like real spastic. Like, and it's like, so he used to take steroids, so, like, his penis doesn't work that much. So he's like, and this This is when I realized that my life is a disaster. No, it gets worse. It gets worse. I look up, and as I look at his face, from his nose comes this ball of cocaine into my mouth. So I'm like, untie me. Let me out of here. And I swear to God. And so, not my finest moment. We didn't talk for a whole year. Applaud for me, right? Woo! So the moral of the story is there's no such thing as a good sequel. Except Rocky IV was pretty good, right? You know, but there's no such thing as a good sequel. Thank you.